Hey, what's up, fruit faces? It's me, Klaireeberry, back with a grocery haul. I have been really busy lately. That's why I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos, just mainly lots and lots of baseball for the boys. Trying to keep up with everything at home on the homestead, and work is a little bit crazy, but I guess that doesn't really take up too much more of my time than it normally does. So maybe it just wears me out. Like today, I took a nap after a baseball game, and I don't normally nap at all. Didn't even feel like I was that tired, but I was kind of in a bad mood, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a nap and reset this day a little bit. So then I watched a video, one of the latest. It was posted in April, a video, Dan the Man Life Regenerator with Christina, Fully Raw Christina. And this video has, see, I didn't know much about Dan the Man. I thought, sometimes I get these guys confused, and I thought maybe he was this or that, maybe that he wasn't, but the video really spoke to me because, as some of you might know, I've been looking into and really in my heart joining the Essene Church, religion, whatever you want to call it. And he mentioned that. I wondered, actually, it was funny, I wondered if he was, because he was wearing white. And then I was like, he mentioned it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is great. He didn't mention he was one. I'm not sure. I'm going to research that and probably see if I can follow him or whatever. But I just haven't watched him very much at all, and it intrigued me, and I got a whole new respect for Christina. She just seems so well spoken these days, and so she's getting more real over the years. When I used to watch her videos, it was almost cringeworthy, like, just not to be like fakeness, but she just wasn't like natural, and I don't think as comfortable, and there was that tone to the voice, and it just seemed like it wasn't as real as it could have been. I think she's gotten better about that over the years, and I really just feel the call to them and what they're doing and where they're going. And those of you who know me, I've been, well, like I said, those of you who've been watching maybe last video or so, like, I have had this epiphany that I am in my heart like an Essene. And that's the Essene culture, the modern day Essene culture seems to be very raw food oriented. Some of them are raw foodists, not all of them are, but there's this idea that at the higher levels of the Essenes, like you, would be a completely raw vegan. So I've been kind of like, I would say, like, toying with the idea of going raw again. Those of you who've watched my channel over the years, like, I have done this so many times where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go raw, or at least like mostly raw, like more than normal. Like, I already, obviously being raw till 4, like, incorporate, a large percentage of raw into my diet compared to most people. But I'm just wanting to go, I'm feeling the pull. And not only is it things that I'm hearing, oh, the Essenes are doing this, I'm looking at the people who are older, because we've had so many vegans die out, not really die out, but like switch back over to meat eating. And it's like, it reminds you to not follow people who haven't done something tried and true for a long period of time. And people like Dan the Man, like, he's got 18 years. Christina has 13 years fully raw. Like Mimi Kirk, she's raw. She looks great. She's, in her 80s. Annette Larkins, like, all of these really long-term people, they have that one thing in common. It's kind of jumping out at me. So there's that. I've been researching into kind of, okay, the health benefits and whatnot, because I've always been like, carbs. Carbs have not been speaking to me. These cooked carbs, potatoes, yeah, I like a potato when I have it, but I haven't been craving them. Pasta, meh. My body is naturally wanting to go towards the live foods. And I've been eating Ezekiel bread again. I've been eating sprouts. Love it. And I just really, and I got a dehydrator. I used to have one. It was kind of a hand-me-down, and then I ended up giving it away because I never really used it. Got this one off of Amazon. It's going to be one of the last, like, purchases I make. I'm going to get rid of my Amazon Prime. And anyway, like I said, it's not just, it's my body, but it's the religious side of it, but also, like, I'm learning more about it. And it's always been, it's the enzymes. But really, I think, and what this video today spoke to me, you guys, he was mentioning, which I had never heard before, or, I mean, I'd never really put it together with the raw side of it, the microbiome. I've been saying for years that it's all going to be about the microbiome in the next few years. Everybody has gut problems. Everybody's got leaky gut. Everybody's got this. This is why people are going carnivore, because the glyphosate in the wheat and other foods is causing these problems. It's not the gluten. I've always said this. It's not the gluten. It's the glyphosate. I always say it wrong. I always want to say glyphosate. I don't know. Whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. Roundup, Monsanto, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so they feel better when they take those foods out. So they're like, oh, look at this. But then it's, the high, the meat is going to cause its own problems down the road. So anyway, I just really feel like this whole microbiome idea of eating raw is, it's not just about the nutrients. It's not just about the enzymes. It's about this microbiome that is being killed, or it's a different microbiome. And he mentioned something too, that it's like, I've heard this before, but now it's sinking in, the seed was planted long ago and now it's actually sprouting in my heart, mind, body, soul, is that no other species on earth naturally consumes cooked food. I mean, obviously we're feeding our pets cooked food, pellets or whatever. I'm pretty sure that stuff's cooked in one way, shape, or form, but naturally no other animal on earth eats cooked food, and it is relatively new to our bodies. But anyway, without further ado, I'm obviously going to show you a big, pretty raw haul. I think almost everything's raw, but of course, it's always been a balance with the kids. My kids are now turning this year 16 and 14. One just turned 14. The other one's going to turn 16 here in a couple weeks. And, they're football players, so they're trying to bulk up, and, they're teenage boys living in this society. So they're eating all these excitotoxins with their food. And at this point, I mean, I'm getting more, I would say, radical, and we're going to have to walk that line and find our balance to figure out, what we're still going to get. But I really want them to be as healthy as possible. And I also want to support with my money. And now it's not just about supporting vegan. I really want to go even more organic than I have been. I've been kind of doing this clean 15 dance where I buy these things. And now I'm realizing, the glyphosate, first off, is sprayed on everything. Not just like the wheat and the soy and everything, but, you could have, if it's not organic, you're not sure that it's not on there. So anyways, like I said, without further ado, and speaking of all of these chemicals, something that'll help, this is so good. It's got an interesting flavor to it. The chaga is a mushroom, so you can almost taste it kind of mushroomy, but it does a good job of balancing out with the mint. I really like this, and whenever I can tell my body really likes this. Like, it's not often that I eat something and usually I do eat things and I'm like, oh, I love this is so good. But this, I feel like, almost hit me on like a higher level. So these are new. I haven't seen them a lot of places, pretty expensive, but I was thirsty and I wanted to get something in glass, and it kind of jumped out at me. One thing about this grocery haul that I do regret is I left my bag of produce bags right here by the kitchen. I really still, getting better about having those at all times. So I did have to use plastic, but we will reuse, reduce, and recycle. So, and I think that for a while, as I'm making this transition, I'm gonna say back to raw vegan, because I've never really been a raw vegan for any good period of time. But as I'm making this journey to full raw veganism, pretty much, I mean, I'm not going to be a fanatic about it. I'm not going to have to be 100% all the time every day throughout the year. But I have a feeling that as I go this way, my body's not going to want to go back, and it's not going to want to splurge on ice cream for the holidays and all of this stuff. I feel like it's different now that it's a spiritual thing. And it's funny because I did say that the last time that I tried to go raw. I was like, oh, this isn't about weight loss. This is about this or that. And now it's like, but now I've got the mind, body, and soul wrapped around this. So anyway, I've been trying to really focus on going really, really low waste. And I feel like at this point, I'm still in a low waste transition. And with a raw transition, like I don't want to beat myself up too much by trying to do both at once. So I think what I'm going to do is go raw and still try to do the low waist like as much as possible. But when it comes to stuff like this, I mean, this was kind of an impulse buy, but or like, I mean, I got Cliff Bars, which obviously have packaging as well. Just different things. I mean, obviously I wish I brought my bags for my produce, but my point is I just don't want to put too much on myself to try to change too fast. Like I'm doing what I can, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. And, you know, I feel like the raw lifestyle is going to be naturally kind of a lower waist lifestyle. So I feel like I'll find a balance eventually, but right now I'm going to focus more on the raw transition than the low waist transition. I feel like by about next year, the beginning, like that's going to be, again, it's always one of my New Year's resolutions, you know, but it's going to be big on the list at that point. Even with the boys, I've got to lead by example here. So anyway, these are dried, not fried, not the brand I usually get, but these are on sale. Let's just go ahead and try them because I'm kind of hungry. Hopefully I don't eat the whole bag today. Got Mother's Day tomorrow. Ooh. Oh yeah, these are good. These are really good. I love the spicy. It's not too spicy at all. At all. Yeah, jalapeno is like the last thing. Oh, it's got a little kick at the end, but not too bad. I usually get the Sprouts brand, but they're pretty expensive. And I like this sriracha and that as well, just by far the best. But with my new dehydrator and realizing how cheap kale is at Sprouts, it's only, I mean, it's $1.99. I guess it's pretty much like any other pretty much any bunch of lettuce or greens there is like $1.99, except for dandelions. I almost wanted to get some, but I was like, yeah. So anyway, you know, the boys, it's the only way I can get them to eat breakfast. So I couldn't get the chocolate brownie because, oh my gosh, that one is so good and I will eat them all. And, you know, I'm trying to kind of be in the market for a new bar because I know these do have soy protein isolate, which is not the best, and it is hexane processed. So if anybody else has any really good recommendations for maybe an eco-friendly, organic, proteinish, you know, Whole Foods type of bar that is better than this, let me know. And I'm not talking about a teeny little dinky, you know, bar, like something that is a little bit more substantial. So I really don't know why I bought this if I'm trying to go raw, but I think at first I'll do the raw and living. I mean, this is going to have to be a transition. It's not going to be overnight. I'm not going to waste food that I already have. And, you know, it's going to be an issue. Like tomorrow I've already got a potato bar set up for Mother's Day. So what am I going to do? Like, I'm the one who set up the potato bar, but I don't want any potatoes. I mean, I could. But it's also a matter of getting, you know, my tastes changed. And on this, I feel like overnight is not the issue. It's never been the answer. It's kind of like a cleanse. I've really realized that if you're trying to do a cleanse, you really need to do a pre-cleanse so that you're not just hitting yourself, you know, going from a regular diet that you're eating to bam, trying to cleanse out. What you do before, during, and after is really important. So I was all about the tomatoes today. Again, I'm like, oh no, plastic. But I wanted to get lots and lots of tomatoes because I really I've always loved tomatoes. And my kids have been asking for them and eating them as well. So we've got 5 jalapenos here. These are huge. We're going to bring those to the bar tomorrow maybe, but also to the potato bar. And I've got this one bag of vine tomatoes. And you see I was doubling up, trying to save the plastic. Even though, like I said, we're reusing, and recycling. Recycling on plastic is just not very good, so it kind of sucks. This is probably kind of expensive for these organic tomatoes. $5 or $6, maybe not, probably not quite 6, but adds up. $2.99 a pound, 1.5 pounds or so. I got 3 cucumbers. These were, I don't even remember how much those were, but definitely organic. I think everything, that's why I was really proud of myself. Like, despite the plastic, I did really good in eating or buying all organic pretty much. And like I said, just right after watching this video where, you know, Dan, the Life Regenerator guy, was talking about this, I was really inspired to like fully really try to buy organic, because I'm not, you know, I'm not the richest person in the world, but it also inspired me to just make that sacrifice. And I already spend a lot of money on food, and I feel like lately in the recent years since I've been vegan, it's all been about quantity, you know, get these calories in. And now I want it to be like, I want to be that person who will go without a little bit longer for food, not like days or whatever, but like, you know, an hour or so more to make sure that I have this pure organic food, because I feel like I'm really getting into this idea of the consciousness. And what Dan was talking about in this video with Christina earlier is about, you know, the gut and the biome we're hearing. And we know, I mean, if you don't know, then you don't know, but now you will, that, you know, your gut is actually your first brain. Because, I mean, think about it. Your brain can only do what it will with your natural moods and hormones and feelings. And what that is all regulated by is your gut microbiome. I mean, this is like, you can get deep in the theories about this, as to like almost like you have the blood, what is it called? The blood barrier, where, you know, the mother transfers to the child, but it's almost like the mother, like the earth. I'm getting chills talking about this. Like, there's got to be at some point where the physical, you know, meets up with and has this barrier, this transfer pathway to the divine, to, you know, ultimate universal consciousness and whatnot, God, whatever you want to call it. And it's like, I want to be that pure, I want to have that pureness so that I can have a more pure consciousness. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing a lot of healing over the years, and I feel like I've only gotten better going vegan, but I also feel like I need to keep going. And it's not like, oh, I need to do this, I need to. It's just like this natural progression and learning and understanding, which, you know, again, is when your first mind, your gut is cleaning itself out and having this higher consciousness, then your other mind is also able to receive a higher level of consciousness from the universe or God. So, I'm gonna be interested to see what this new like thing does to my channel, because it's just, I know it's so far out there for some people, but I honestly feel like at this point, I would rather speak to, you know, handfuls of people or lesser quantities of people who are really getting it, to try to push forward, because I honestly feel like as a whole, like universal consciousness, like, you know, the bulk of the people can only go so far as the, you know, not like it's a race or anything, but the people who are further along are opening up pathways, opening up vortexes, levels of consciousness for others to follow in their footsteps. And there's, I mean, it's on a base level, it's dissemination of knowledge, and, you know, one person can have a ripple effect, but, you know, on another level, it's just like 100th monkey thing. And, you know, you can only go so far as your tribe is going with you. So anyway, these are, I think this is like the widest selection of talking I've done in a video, in a haul video. But anyway, these are some really little chunky, it's funny because the other zucchinis that I have over there are so small, and these are like so fat. I love it. It's just so cute. So anyway, got some zucchinis, about 6 of those. And I have lots of bananas. The lady was commenting, she's like, oh, I never knew bananas were so heavy. We got a whole big old thing of bananas here. Let's count them. And I try to get some that are in the middle stage. This one's more green. So that's 2, 3, 4, and just 5 bananas. And I showed you the Cliff Bars, chocolate chip and blueberry. I went ahead and got 2 organic oranges. Oranges were not something that I used to buy organic, but I'm wanting to, again, be more organic. Okay, so again, I'm shoving numerous things in here. I'm pretty sure we have 3 bunches of kale and 2 bunches of cilantro. Cilantro is something very good for cleaning out the heavy metals and the toxins in the body. my guinea pigs are gonna be eating good this week. And they eat a lot of wheatgrass too. But anyway, these onions are shedding everywhere. We've got Vidalia onions. They didn't have any organic red onions, so I just got those. Got a little red cabbage. Gregor says these are one of the best bangs for your buck nutritionally. These apples are really good, and I figured if I was going to do plastic anyway, I might as well just get this. Unfortunately, I hate it, but we'll do better in the future when we remember, when we get to that higher level of consciousness, that will allow me to remember my bags. I've literally thought about driving home about 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I was like, I want my bag so bad. And then I actually did walk around and look. I probably could have asked somebody I was going to buy a package of them, with the little produce bags, but I didn't see them. So, again, forget about it. Okay, so I think one last bag here. I've got, lots of peppers. Kids are going to be happy about this. And the guinea pigs. Got 2, I think it was 2 for $5, 2 for $4, 2 for $4, and then 2 for $3. So, got the stoplight colors there. I got 1 organic spring onions. Loving those, and I do grow those in my windowsill. I need to cut the ones I have right now. 2 bunches of broccoli. Broccoli is actually pretty expensive there. I think that's like $60 or $70 just for those. Got a little thing of lemons. Need to put those in the fridge because they're getting pretty ripe. Again, with the avocados, I kind of do the same thing with the bananas. I get a couple that are really, really ripe and ready to go, and then a couple that are green, so that we have some now and we have some for later. And I got 3 sweet potatoes now. A lot of people don't know you can actually eat sweet potatoes raw. It's probably going to be something more as like a garnish though, and not like a whole meal. I used to think, I'm going raw, I've got to keep these carbs up so high. And I think just eating a good variety of foods is going to be great. And I may even just bring these tomorrow, although my parents got a lot of potatoes. But here's the thing, their potatoes are not going to be organic. So I may just do that, kind of get it out of the way. I'm torn. Like I'm going to give some food away that hasn't been opened, give it to harvesters, but also I feel like, I got to eat up some of this old food that's opened that I can't give away, before I go raw. Or do I just go raw? Like just do it, like try to do it overnight, and then, not be too hard on myself if I don't make it completely. But anyway, the lettuce selection was not huge, but I got 2 green leaf and 1 romaine. Again, $1.99 each. So that is my haul today. Oh, I did want to show you one more thing that I was pretty excited about. Again, this is plastic, so it sucks, but these are cool to reuse. I went ahead and got some star anise so that we can make some pho, not faux, make some pho, and some fucking pho. And I just love the smell of this. And it was a good little price on Amazon. It smells sweeter than like I think of it in the pho. But I'm thinking that the boys can make their pho with their ramen or their whatever noodles. We've actually got a ton of old noodles that were handed down to us from grandparents. And I can just make a raw pho. I like that. It's got a good ring to it. Just with some zucchini noodles or whatever. Zoodles. So yeah, I got that. And that is pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show you. Oh wait, there's one other thing that I got the other day that I'm really excited about. I found this brand of, I've realized now there's actually raw nutritional yeast. So I'll switch over to that once I get through the nutrition stuff like that. I'm definitely not going to worry about it at the beginning. I'm definitely going to continue to use up, my nutritional yeast and different things like that. I do have some cacao powder that I don't think is raw, although it may be raw. Anyway, but I was looking at different raw things, and these oats are actually pressed instead of steamed. So these are raw oats, as you can see. So I will be able to have raw cereal, and I'm even thinking maybe I've never actually tried savory oatmeal. So I may get into that if I like the taste of it when I try it, because you know, I feel like this is a more substantial type of thing, you know, that I can do. Very easy. I love overnight oats anyway. I would rather not cook it. I'm really a person who eats like cold, just not warm up, like 5 beans and rice for lunch. I just eat them. I don't even bother usually, you know, warming them up at work for lunch. It's just, it's not a thing to me now. So I'm like, this is perfect, you know, to have these more raw soups and meals and different things like that, like raw oats, cold raw oats. No biggie. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Am I totally going off the deep end here? Am I gonna end up, I'm not gonna end up an ex-vegan, I can guarantee you that. But you know, I'd like to hear your thoughts if you have any, and don't forget to stay subbed and find me all over social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, and I have a website at Klaireeberry.com, which just has lots of studies, basically about veganism and a lot about low carb stuff too, keto issues and things like that. So feel free to check that out and take care. Have a great day, night, evening, whatever. Hope you guys stay blessed and have a very peaceful day. And yeah, namaste. Bye.